When you add a client, you would just click on clients, add your name, your client's name, phone number, and email. And I was saying down here, we're gonna do a demo search for our client. But what's important is we really recommend getting as specific as you can, so the listings that you need to show them and that actually fit their criteria come up in your results. But we do recommend keeping track of your referral sources so you can look back and say, I spent, I got this return on Craigslist or, from our website, things like that. And from here, you can either save your client or do a save and search, and that's going to bring you directly to the search tab, and the listings that fit your client's criteria are going to populate there. So just in case some people might not know how to save a search and what that actually does, I'm going to walk through that. It's not a new feature, but there's been some changes to it. So we're going to save this search to our client, Steven, and I'm just going to change it to Steven's name. Now, I can opt to have email updates on this search, and since I don't have this frequency already set up, it's going to give me the option, and this is going to send me information on any critical changes to listings that fit Steven's criteria. And what that means is that if a new listing comes on the market, goes off the market, or has a change in status, like there's an application pending, or a price increase or drop, you're going to get a notification. We recommend maybe once an hour to once a day, so you're not, getting a whole lot of emails. But if you are out searching with this client and you're subscribed every 2 minutes, the system's going to search itself and send you an email notification about any new listings that fit that client's criteria that just came on the market. So let's set it to once an hour. Now I can either save this search or save and assign a client. I am going to pick Steven. Now we have this feature here where you can send Steven client updates on this search. They'll get that at once a day at 8 a.m. So it would be the same set of listings that you receive that fit their criteria. This one's a little too many listings, so hopefully you would narrow something down before assigning your client to it. And you can also choose full address, street only, or neighborhood only. So I'm going to save. And now I'm in Steven's search. You can see who the client assigned is, and I can also manage it from here. Once you get a few of these going, you'll always be able to click on Save Searches and see an overview of what the search is. So Steven subscribed, you're subscribed, everybody's going to be getting emails, but then I can manage it directly. I can say, all right, enough with the emails for us. He already rented. Now, from here, there's a few things that are new. So if you click the checkbox to the left of any listing, you can either save it to a client. So we kind of created a little bit of a folder for you to have a reference point of things that you think are good for your clients. Or you can email it to your client. So let's save this client, save these listings to a client. Steven, these are the listings, and I'm going to save it. And then separately, I want to say, okay, I'm going to email them to him, these ones. And I don't know if anybody's familiar with the form, but there's something that I think that we want to point out and make sure that you have a better sense of to really engage your clients. This message here is customizable. So I'm going to send this to Steven. I can also add a new client right from there. I'm going to send it to Steven, and I'm going to BCC myself. New listings to check out. So the message we have, Dear Steven, I found a few listings that I thought you'd be interested. Click through the links for more photos and information. Be sure to let me know what you think. We have the template here, drawing clients to click on view photos and details, but we suggest being a little more explicit because from there, they're going to be able to engage directly with you on these listings. So if my client clicks photos and details, they're going to have a little survey right here. And if you guys want to test this out with yourselves, you should. It's a really cool feature. We're really excited to share it. But we want to point them to view photos and details. So let's say make sure to give me feedback on what we should see tomorrow. And I'm going to send this email. So now in my clients tab, I'm going to be able to see pretty much everything I've done with Steven up until this point. We don't have much criteria, but what we do have is information on the listings that were sent. When Steven opens them, we're going to be able to see that he's submitted a note or sent or sent any kind of response to it. So, and I also wanted to show you one other thing. So you'll see this email update I just got, and I was BCC'd on it. So again, I'm going to save these to my client. All right, now we have Steven. So a lot of things happened here. These are the emails I saved to my client, and I can add a note. I can say, all right, show this if 10 East Ontario is a no-go. Save. So now we have a note, and here I can see Steven viewed it. If I click in, I can see the whole process that he's gone through. So I sent it, he opened it, and then he wrote me a note. I don't really like this, sorry. So let's say Steven called me and he says, okay, I actually do want to see 10 East Ontario showing requested, and then I'll have it scheduled. And you can see call management and confirm. So these are just notes about the client, about the listings to yourself, so you can see. You can engage with the client's feedback on your end, and the client can engage with you via the email that you send them. And if you click in here, you'll also see the whole timeline of this as well. Also from here, if you've saved any listings to a client and they haven't, and you haven't emailed it to them, you can directly email the listings to a client from within the client's card now. And this will also be tracked. And something else to note is that, there's a lot of things happening here, but it's the most proactive thing is that when a client comments on a listing, you'll receive an email immediately. So you don't have to constantly be logged in Nestio. You can be on the go and, getting feedback from your client on the listings that you've sent them. You'll get an email, you get a notification that a client has responded, and, it helps to keep you engaged. The second part of our reminder section has been around for a while, but just to, refresh your memories, you can click on a reminder and click custom. So let's say Steven decides he's just shopping around. He doesn't have to move till October. So we want to follow up with him September 1st, and you can create a notification. You'll get an email, and there will be a notification in your Nestio account. Pushed out move-in date to October 1, call. Now I'll be able to see any future reminders here, and any reminders that you have in the next 7 days will be visible right here. So no reminders for the next 7 days, but if you do have them, it'll be red and it'll show you what your reminders are. Does anybody have any questions?